Good morning, guys. I just wanted to talk really quickly about something that I've realized more and more recently, which is really the power of our minds and how our mind and our focus has the ability to either make our day incredible or make our day absolutely miserable. If you don't watch your mind and tend to your mind, one thought unattended can spiral out of control and it can leave you in a bad mood, and then it literally will color the rest of your day. So I heard a great quote long time ago. I think it goes something like this. So you say you had a bad day, but did you actually have a bad day, or did you have a bad 5 minutes that you let control your day? And I think that's pretty profound because oftentimes something happens to us that triggers us. Could be something as simple as maybe an ex texts you, or you see something on Facebook that triggers you about a person, and rather than returning to the present moment, so like when you feel triggered, rather than breathing into that feeling and letting it go, because something painful was triggered in you, you let that dictate the rest of your day. So let's use that example. Let's say you see a picture of your ex with someone else, and it triggers feelings of inadequacy, sadness, low self-esteem. And you feel those feelings and it's painful. So rather than feeling them, you just quickly escape to something else. You keep scrolling Facebook, you throw on some music, you go to another task. But in the background, if you don't process those feelings, in the background, they're going to be tinting your perception of the world that day. So you might carry that mood with you throughout the whole day. You might feel sad, depressed, angry, and every interaction you have with everyone during the day is going to be tinted with the color of that emotion. So it's so important to become aware of when we get triggered because it literally impacts your whole life. I mean, one trigger that you don't let go could literally lead to you making a poor choice later that day that could impact the rest of your day and literally your life. I mean, you could, because you're holding on to anger, you could snap at someone and ruin a friendship. You could be unfocused a tiny bit when you're driving in traffic, which could cause an accident. And I don't mean to catastrophize, if that's the word, uh, the impact of not paying attention, but it literally is the most important thing to be aware of your thought processes and how you're viewing the world. What I try to do is at least start the day and make sure that I'm as grounded and centered and clear as possible. Because I know as the day goes on, I'm going to get triggered. Things happen. We're human. There's going to be certain situations that bring about certain emotions from us. And then my job, if I truly want to be a centered and free and purposeful person, is to recognize when I get triggered in the moment, and then breathe into that feeling and let it go. I will share an example yesterday from my job. So I was feeling very calm and present, and I went into teach a life skills course in another class, and I could tell that a lot of the students were not really engaged and paying attention. I mean, they were kind of paying attention, they were kind of not, but I started to get feelings of frustration, and I was thinking, oh well, what's the use? These kids aren't paying attention anyways. Like, why should I do this? But what I did is I recognized those feelings, and because I recognized them, I was able to breathe into them, let them come up, and stay centered and let them go. So sometimes it's just something as simple as taking 1 or 2 deep breaths and slowing down your thoughts and letting your mind settle again and resetting before you go into the next moment of your life. Because if you get triggered, very likely there's going to be a story you create in your head about what happened. And your thoughts are going to start to spiral, and it's going to feel like a whirlpool, roaring waves of thoughts. And the only way to get those waves to calm down is by stopping your thinking. You're not going to stop the whirlpool, the rapids of waves of thinking by thinking more. And that's a very difficult thing for our Western mind to grasp, is you can't think your way out of a problem or out of a state of mind. You have to come back to your breathing and to your body and let those thoughts and waves settle on their own. So if there's one takeaway from all of this, being aware of your thoughts is incredibly important, and then being able to reset is incredibly important, because otherwise your day is going to go off in a direction that you didn't plan because of emotions you're holding in your mind that are distorting your reality. So what I personally do in the moment, if I can, it's not always possible. If I can, I'll just step out, even go to the bathroom and give yourself some space and just breathe. I mean, I'll do 5 breaths with you right now, and you should do them as well. And just tell me if you don't feel a lot more centered. So it's amazing how much more calm I feel even just doing 5 deep breaths. And what that does, what deeper breathing does, is it resets you and it clears out what you're going through. Because when we get triggered, our thoughts tend to spiral and get chaotic, and then our breathing tends to get really shallow. And then also there's a lot of tension that starts to build up in our body. So when you're triggered, please take a moment and reset so that you can be completely clear and present um, when you go on with the rest of your day. It'll have a profound impact on your life. You'll be more calm, more present, more conscious, more aware, and you'll be able to control a lot more than you think. Peace out, guys. I will definitely follow up more on this. This is probably the thing I'm most passionate about, is understanding how our mind creates our reality and how our perceptions also create our reality. So I will talk to you guys very soon. Have a great day.